Okay, today we are going to crack the code on how to write a genuinely great report. Forget all the stress and the mystery. We are about to uncover a really simple secret that honestly changes everything. You know that feeling, right? Staring at that blank page, the little cursor just blinking. And you've got this mountain of information, but absolutely no idea how to shape it into something that sounds, clear and professional. But what if there was a way better way to do it? So let's reframe this whole challenge. I want you to think of writing a report not as some awful chore, but more like a puzzle. And like any good puzzle, once you figure out the strategy, it becomes so satisfying to solve. Because here's the real secret, right? A great report is never just a boring list of facts. It's actually a story, just told with a ton of precision. It has to guide the reader, make a really clear point, and leave a lasting impression. And the key to all of that, it's all about the structure. So, what if I told you there's this simple, repeatable blueprint that works for pretty much any report you'll ever have to write? A kind of formula that takes all the guesswork out of the process. Well, let's walk through it right now. Every single strong report starts right here with these two things. The headline, that's your hook. It grabs your reader and tells them exactly what they're about to dive into, all in one powerful line. And the byline, even simpler. That's just your name. You got to get credit for your work. And this is the engine of your report. It's just 3 paragraphs. That's it. Paragraph 1 lays the entire foundation by answering those classic 4 W's. Who, what, when, and where. Paragraph 2 dives into all the juicy details, the how and the why. And paragraph 3, well, that's the payoff. That's where you explain the impact, the consequences, the whole reason any of this matters. Seriously, get these 3 paragraphs right, and you are like 90% of the way there. Now, theory is all well and good, but let's see how this blueprint actually holds up in the real world. We're going to break down a sample report just to see how this simple little structure can create a really powerful and clear story. All right, so let's take a look at this short report. It's all about a community service program that a school organized. We're going to pull it apart piece by piece, and you'll see exactly how our blueprint is working its magic behind the scenes. So that first paragraph, it's a perfect execution of our formula. Let's see. Who was involved? Classes 9 through 12. What was it? A community service program. When? April 5th, 2025. And where? PM Sri Novel Base, Kochi. Bam. In a single sentence, you have all the essential facts right there on the table. No fluff, just the solid foundation. Okay, now for the details. How did this whole thing unfold? Well, the students visited an old age home, they distributed snacks, and they entertained the residents. And why did they do it? To connect with a part of society that's often neglected. See? This paragraph adds all the color and the context, explaining the nuts and bolts of the event. And finally, we get to the impact. This isn't just about what happened, but why it mattered. The whole initiative sensitized students and helped with their holistic growth. This right here shows the power of that third paragraph. It takes the report from being just a summary to being a real statement of value. So you've totally nailed the structure. Awesome. But now, how do we take it from being just a good report to a great one? Let's talk polishing. These are the little tweaks that give your writing that professional, authoritative tone. Think of these rules as your little toolkit for setting the right tone. Using the simple past tense is standard, right? Because you're reporting on something that already happened. Using passive voice and a third-person narrative, that's what creates objectivity. It takes your personal feelings, the I and we, out of the equation and puts the focus purely on the events themselves. And here's what that looks like in practice. Look at the left side. The language is really personal. I saw, I think, for us. It just sounds like an opinion. But then look at the right. Students were seen helping. The focus completely shifts from the writer to the action itself. It just sounds so much more formal and credible. It's a subtle shift for sure, but wow, it makes all the difference. All right, we've covered the blueprint and the pro tips for polishing. The puzzle is officially solved. You now have all the tools you need to build a clear, concise, and super impactful report every single time. So here it is, your final checklist. You might want to keep this handy. Start with a catchy headline. Nail the 4 W's in paragraph 1. Fill in the how and why in paragraph 2. Explain the impact in paragraph 3. Then just do one final polish for tense, voice, and person. It's really that straightforward. So the next time you're asked to write a report, you're not going to see a blank page. Nope, you'll see a structure just waiting to be filled in. You have the blueprint. So the only question left is, what story will you report first?
Prepared by K. Rajendra Prasad.